Imagine a world where you are part of a community that sees you for all that you bring and propels you to become your very best self. A world where everyone is valued for what they bring and everyone gets the support they need. Savor Exchange brings this dream to reality by empowering individuals, communities, and organizations with the right tools and resources to change the world. We do this by organizing people near and far around a goal or project and bringing them together and measuring their success. Our data analytical reports will provide information to support transparency and critical needs in today's world. The SaverX app acts as a secure bridge to multiple communities, including those defined by you, and allows everyone within their community to contribute time through service and request help for themselves. Members can also donate service credits, money, or goods back to their community. Go to www.saverxapp.com to learn more and start your Saver community today.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. And remember, you're good-looking because you're always looking for and finding the good. Wonderful Anitha, fabulous Kim, tremendous Kurt, and the many tens and tens of thousands of people that are attending at this very moment, wanting to know more. How can you do you? That's what we're really talking about. How can you become the best you? You've tuned into this International Happiness Day, this day of happiness around the world that is going to extend for 25 hours and is going to touch millions of people. Now, how can I make that categorical statement? And how can I say that every single person that is involved is good looking? Because by definition, if you tuned into this program, you're always looking for and finding the good. That's the definition of a good-looking person, looking for and finding the good. That's the essence of Seva. That's the essence of community. Matter of fact, if you look at the word community, it is spelled, of course, C-O-M-M-U-N-I-T-Y. Notice that the U comes before the I. When you're looking at the other to be of benefit and helping someone else, when the you comes before the I, then you can build a community. When it's the I that's dominant, not going to work. And we're here to build community. Now, here's something that's amazing, and just in terms of numbers. Every single person that is involved with any kind of social media has about, in their lifetime, they're going to touch 1,000 people. I don't mean just today that you have 5,000 people on your Facebook, but you're going to touch probably 1,000 people in your lifetime. That's fair to say, Kim? That's right, Anitha? 1,000 people. So just think of that. Those 1,000 people, each one of them is going to touch 1,000 people. So by definition, you are 2 people away from 1,000,000. And guess what? Those 1,000,000 people are going to touch another 1,000 people. You're 3 people away from touching 1,000,000,000 people. 3 people away from touching 1,000,000,000 people. So your energy is going to radiate from you makes a difference in the world. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about today, everything to talk about has nothing to do with Barry Shore, the ambassador of joy, nothing to do with Kim, nothing to do with Anitha or Kurt or anybody else. This is all about you. Y-O-U, and you being able to be the best you possible, because when you're the best you make a difference in the world. So we work here with the 3 fundamentals, and these 3 fundamentals are, number 1, life has purpose. Your life has purpose. And when you lead a purpose-driven life, you can go mad. Now, in this case, MAD is a wonderful acronym that stands for make a difference. When you lead a purpose-driven life, you make a difference by aligning your thoughts, your words, and your deeds in goodness. And the 3rd fundamental is unlocking the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms. Yes, every single simple words and terms we're going to talk about for the next few minutes together, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Matter of fact, I'm going to warn you in advance, everybody. I use a lot of four-letter words. We're going to use it throughout my presentation. And I even use the four-letter FU word. I do it because it's fun and for shock value. But we'll get there just a little bit. Right now, I want everybody to understand that by interacting with us and what we do and all these millions of people that we're talking to and touching over the next few days, this 24 hours, and then the ripple effect from thereafter, this is all about you becoming healthier and wealthier. That's right. I said both of those. By tuning in and utilizing the information that's going to be shared with you. Sharing stands for spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. Woo! Spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. When you share that, then you will be healthier and wealthier. I guarantee it. Or double your money back. And you know what it costs to get in here? Actually, you're investing your most valuable asset, your time. There is nothing more valuable than your time. And time stands for thinking it's miraculous every day. You hear that? Thinking it's miraculous every day and teaching that it's miraculous every day. That's what time is. And when you do that, because you know that it's miraculous every day, that's the essence of time. As long as you have it and you're alive, you want to live exuberantly. That's the key of life. So the three fundamentals enable us to become healthier and wealthier, for you to become the best you possible. So we talked about unlocking the power and the sequence of everyday words and terms. Let's start with a simple example. WWW. Ask anybody what it stands for, and invariably they'll tell you it has to do with the World Wide Web. And factually speaking, they're correct. But in our world, the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, WWW stands for, drum roll, fanfare, da-da, da-da. What a wonderful world. And what is a word, right? WHATA, what a wonderful world. Of course, a tip of the hat and a big thank you to Louis Armstrong, Satchmo, for enabling that song to go viral and touch not just tens of millions or hundreds of millions, billions of people around the planet. And whenever you hear even the opening bars of that amazing song, what a wonderful world, what do you do right away, Anitha? You smile, right? You can't help but doing it. Now, smile is one of the greatest words you could ever internalize, utilize, and leverage in your life, because smile stands for seeing miracles in life every day. Seeing miracles in life every day. Now, when I speak to groups, usually in person, just before the pandemic, I was speaking to a group of about 5,000 plus people. And invariably, I was speaking to people raising their hand, Barry Shore, I've been up for hours where I haven't seen any miracles. And I asked them, are you here? Can you hear? Can you see? Can you walk? Can you talk? Do you have water, drink, food to eat? Do you have a place to sleep, family, friends? Every single one of those is a miracle. And what's the simple proof? Simple proof. 1 million people didn't get out of bed this morning. You know why? They died. If you're watching at this moment, then you did it. You're alive. If you're alive, you have an obligation to live inspirationally for eternity. That's what life stands for. Live inspirationally for eternity. You are an immortal being. You're not a temporal being. And once you internalize that, understand that, then now you can live your life to the full with purpose and go mad, make a difference, and you understand what SMILE stands for. Now, a little bit of my background, why I can say this categorically, seeing miracles in life every day. Imagine the following. I was standing up in the morning, hale and hearty, just like you, everybody watching, I trust 99.9% of everybody here, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. That night, I was in the hospital, paralyzed from my neck down. I became a quadriplegic overnight, and it was not from an automobile accident. It was not a spinal injury. It was a rare disease that took over my body and rendered me completely, totally paralyzed. 144 days in the hospital. I was in a hospital bed, my own home for 2 years. I couldn't turn over by myself. I was in a wheelchair for 4 years. See my hands? Four. Okay, you know what 4 looks like, but I have hands. They don't look like yours, but I have hands, thank God. I had braces on both my legs, from my hips to my ankles, and that was progress. Thank God today I'm able to walk vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking wand. So I'm a triped, not a biped, but I still can't walk up a stair by myself. I can't walk up a curb by myself. I have help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, but you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant. Why? Because I've learned to see miracles in life every day. I got to tell you a quick story. Anita, imagine this. My 8-year-old niece comes over to me a couple of weeks ago and she says, Uncle Barry, can we spell smile S-M-I-E-L? And I thought about it. Smile sounds the same. Why not? I asked her, how come? Because she says, because then it would stand for seeing miracles in everyday life. Out of the mouth of an 8-year-old, out of the mouth of babes. Isn't that great? But what was she doing? She was creating the kind of world that she wants to live in. Now, CREATE is a great acronym. It's a wonderful word that stands for causing rethinking, enabling all to excel. Rethinking, neuro-linguistic programming. We are in charge of our thoughts, right? It's what you think that makes a difference. Causing rethinking, enabling all to excel. Everybody has a brain, thank God. You have 100+ billion brain cells and more than 10,000 trillion synapses connecting all your brain cells. And they're there for more than just deciding what kind of latte you want this morning. The ability to do neuro-linguistic programming is so fabulous that you now have the ability to do something that no other creature on earth can do. And these are the 6 most important words that you'll ever learn. If you take nothing else away from today, I want you to take away 3 things. One of them is this. Ready? The 6 most important words that you can internalize, utilize, and leverage in your life. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. I am happy by choice. Not because, gee, this happened to me or that happened to me, I inherited this or that. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. I was completely, totally paralyzed. I used that time over those years to envision sitting up, putting my feet over the edge of the bed and standing up. Didn't happen for years, but guess what? I can do it now. It still takes me 10 minutes to get out of bed in the morning, but guess what? I get out of bed. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? But let's go a little more amazing. In the course of regaining some of my bodily functions, mostly upper body, matter of fact, you can see, hey, look at Barry Shaw, you're talking about paralyzed. His arms are moving and his body's moving, his mouth is moving. Well, I can't get up from this chair. I'm still from the waist down, basically paralyzed. I can push on these arms and lift myself up, but okay, not like you. But I was able to gain back my upper body mobility through aquatic therapy in the pool, sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a week, and had people moving me around and doing things. And eventually I was able to move my arms over my head and with flotation devices on my legs so I wouldn't sink and drown. And I wear paddles on my hands because my fingers don't close. And I use a snorkel so I can breathe. I swim now 2 miles a day, 6 days a week. And I've been doing that for over 12 years. And I've gained in the past 12 years, as of today, over 8,000 miles, actually 8,072 miles to be exact. How's that? So I'll give you an example of something. I live in Venice Beach, California, we call it Los Angeles. That's swimming from Los Angeles to Hawaii, Hawaii down to Fiji, Fiji down to Sydney, Australia, and almost all the way over to New Zealand. That's a lot of miles, right? But just doing it day in and day out, 6 days a week, I take the Sabbath off, and the ability to be perseverant, to be patient, to continue moving forward always is the hallmark of living life to the full. That's called love. Love stands for living on vibrant energy, living on the vibrational plane. So I told you, I use a lot of 4-letter words, but the 4-letter words that we use, because we live in the world of positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, are live, life, love, hope, grow, free, gift, holy, pray, play. Those are all 4-letter words. I urge people, 4-letter words, use them. But remember, positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, and always using your thoughts, your words, and your deeds to make sure that you are a cog, a channel of goodness. I even use the 4-letter FU word, as I told you, because it's fun. I like the shock value of it. And the 4-letter FU word, of course, is fun. F-U, capital N, capital N. Huh? Barry Shore, fun's only spelled with 3 letters. Not in our world, the world of positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant. Fun is spelled F-U, capital N, capital N. So after the show is over and you see your family and your friends later and you point your finger and say, F-U, everybody, remember to add right away, capital N, capital N. They say, where'd you get that? You say, well, I was on the Happiness Summit and they told the world to F-U. Huh? F-U, capital N, capital N. Yes, Barry Shore advocates that every single person you meet, you tell them F-U, capital N, capital N. Where'd you get that? Well, Barry Shore, the joy of living, the ambassador of joy. What's that all about? He's a nut. Yes, because NUT stands for never underestimate thanking. I'd like to ask everybody to do something that will make a difference in your life, the life of your family, and the life of everyone around you. And that is to do the following. Let's use the 2 most powerful words in the English language. And we're going to use them 3 times a day. Anitha, can you do me a favor? Hold up 3 fingers, please. 3. Yeah, see, I can't do 3. Okay. Oh. 3, see, my fingers don't go.
Can you do,
I can do
other
5.
fingers like the other ones?
Can't, no, this doesn't work. Okay. But I want everybody to do the following. Use these 2 most powerful words in English language 3 times a day. You saw Anita, she had 3 fingers up. 3 times a day from now for the rest of your life. And you do this, we will spread this epidemic of infectious love everywhere. What are these 2 most powerful words in English language? They are, drum roll, fanfare, da-da, da-da. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank stands for to harmonize and network kindness. To harmonize and network kindness. The Dalai Lama has been quoted as saying, I read in his writings, be kind whenever possible. It's always possible, he says. Now imagine when the pandemic is fully over, you go back into your coffee shops and you order your fancy latte for $5.50 and you order it and you sit down and somebody brings it to you. You say, thank you. You walk into the coffee shop, you order your fancy latte and you sit down, a few minutes go by, nobody brings it to you. You go to the counter and say, oh, I'm sorry, we forgot, we're so busy, we'll bring it to you. And you sit down and a few more minutes go by, somebody brings it to you eventually. You say, thank you. Imagine you're walking out of the coffee shop, it's raining out, and somebody holds the door open for you. You say, thank you. Imagine walking out of the coffee shop and it's raining out, somebody slams the door on you. You say, thank you. Imagine you're in traffic, you're late for an appointment, somebody cuts you off. You say, thank you. You get up in the middle of the night and you stub your toe and it hurts. You say, thank you. To harmonize and network kindness. Kind stands for keep inspiring noble deeds. Keep inspiring noble deeds. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Therefore, be kind always. That's what the Happiness Summit is about. Learning how to become a cog. A cog is a channel of goodness. A cog is a child of God. And when you recognize that you, as well as everybody you meet, is a child of God, then be kind will come hopefully as part and parcel of your very being. Kind also stands for connect in nature daily. It is so important in these days of panic. I didn't say pandemic. If you look at the word panic, by the way, P-A-N, the first letters, and the last 2 letters, I-C, stand for panic. Ah! The pandemic is exacerbated because of corrosive negative thinking. When we begin to think in good and speak in good and act in good, we push aside the negativity of panic. We become people in love, living on vibrant energy. That is the way to heal. That is the way to health. Health stands for helping everyone achieve life through happiness. You hear that, Anitha? Health. Helping everyone achieve life through happiness. What is this summit about? Health.
Spreading positive vibrations and happiness.
Right? This is what happiness is. Happiness, helping everyone achieve life through happiness. When you live like this, when you become your own spiritual chiropractor, everybody knows what a chiropractor is, right? You know, if you're physical, you go in, they crack and move, and I'm comfortable again. Well, what we want to do is we want to become our own spiritual chiropractor. You want to align your thoughts, your words, and your deeds in goodness. And now you are living and breathing the energy that literally, not just figuratively, literally changes the world. I'll give you proof. Proof. There's something in life that the scientists call the butterfly effect. Butterfly effect. Millions upon millions of butterflies, mostly monarch, travel from the North American continent down to the South American continent once a year. And they cover the Andes Mountains, millions of them up against the wall. It's been said by scientists who measure these things that the flapping of the wings of a butterfly in the Andes Mountains can affect a tsunami in Japan. Okay, let's say it's true. That's a butterfly. You're a human being, a conscious, conscientious being. You hear that? Conscious, conscientious. When you consciously and conscientiously bring forth positive thoughts in the expression of words and with actions and deeds, do you think you're more capable of affecting life than the flapping of a butterfly's wings? The power of one person. I want you to hear that again. The power of one person. I call that poop. What are you talking about? Poop. Power of one person. When you say thank you consciously and conscientiously, because you know that you're harmonized and networking kindness, you make a difference. You see, speech is the vessel that channels blessing into the world. And I, as a conscious, conscientious person, try with all of my faculties to continually dispense blessing. What a joy, what a pleasure to see all these wondrous, conscious, conscientious beings in this platform, Anita. How fabulous that people are using their most valuable resource, their time, because they know that it's miraculous every day. That's what time stands for. They're a poop, and they want to be a poop. The power of one person to go mad, to make a difference in the world. I want to shift from there. And by the way, the word shift is very interesting because most people know the word shift exists, but somehow they can't pronounce that F. Oh my gosh. And they drop it. It's really, Kim, you are absolutely correct. That's what we do. We have something called the Keep Smiling movement. So I'm going to do a little shift right now. And we're going to talk about shifting into 3 strategies that people can use to reduce, mitigate, and even eliminate stress. Would you like to hear about that? Would you like to hear about that, everybody? We're going to reduce, mitigate, maybe even eliminate stress, negative stress. These 3 strategies are all free. And I guarantee they work. And I guarantee you so much, you'll get double your money back if they don't work. Because they're free. First strategy, and these are fun, by the way. Remember FU, capital N, capital N. First strategy is to learn to breathe. Breathe. What are you talking about? Of course I'm breathing. Barry, sure, I'm here. I'm listening to you right now. I'm breathing. I don't mean breathing. I mean breathing. We call it CLB, conscious loving breath. So there's a difference between a conscious loving breath and breathing. As a matter of fact, we're even going to say it one step further because we're going to remember we use our mind, because mind is the master. We use our mind and we tell ourselves stuff with self-talk. We're going to change our physiology and our physiognomy to be in line with what our consciousness is. And that is, we are going to allow, not take, we're going to allow a conscious, loving breath. When you allow a conscious, loving breath to enter into you through your nose, you're going to put that breath down in your diaphragm. Now, if you don't even know what a diaphragm is or how to spell it, it doesn't matter. Think of your tummy, okay? Tummy's easier. You want to bring it not into your lungs. You want to go down into your tummy and then your lungs, and that's a breath. That's a conscious, loving breath. Now, whether you're standing or seated, doesn't matter. You can do it either way. You're going to do this 4 times. You're going to allow a conscious, loving breath and out through the mouth. And you're going to do this 4 times. It will take you maybe 28, 32 seconds, something like that. That's it. You will, and those few seconds, reduce, mitigate, and maybe even eliminate the stress that exists in your life at that moment. And that's all you need, by the way. Because what you're going to do is you're going to do this twice a day. Once before noon and once after noon for 11 days in a row. 11 days in a row, once before noon, once afternoon. And by the 12th day of consciously doing this, you will become consciously calm and aware. Should I say it again? You'll be consciously calm and aware. You'll be opening up and unclogging the channels of giving and receiving. And you experience greater intimacy in your life than you have experienced in the past few years. This simple, free, easy exercise will cause you to run around the room naked, screaming, joy! Oh, the naked part is important. Joy! Twice per day, once before noon, once after, 11 days in a row. And if you ever miss a session or a day, you don't get angry with yourself. What you're going to do is you're going to use self-talk to begin again. And self-talk stands for, ready for this one? Recognizing that you are a soul experiencing life fully. That's self, soul experiencing life fully, teaching always love and kindness. That's how you speak with yourself. Teaching always love and kindness. And you begin again, but you want to get 11 days in a row, once before noon, once afternoon, of 4 conscious, loving breaths. Next strategy for reducing, mitigating, even eliminating stress. You're going to become, if you choose, remember, choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. You choose to do this, you will become a joy generator. Woo-wee! What's a joy generator, Barry Shore? Go to barryshore.com. You're putting all this up, Anitha, right? My website and all that sort of stuff. www, remember what that stands for? What a wonderful world. .barryshore.com. And you'll scroll down on the homepage to the very bottom, a lot of free stuff available. It's all wonderful. And you go to the right, you see, wow, become a joy generator in 55 seconds. Wow, by the way, WOW is a great acronym that stands for words of wisdom, words of wonder. You say, wow, because you don't know what to say. Must be either words of wonder or words of wisdom. Scroll down to the bottom, you'll see look at the video. I think it's 3 minutes, 4 minutes, explaining how to become a joy generator in 55 seconds. You'll be generating joy to your family, your friends, and all living beings on the planet. How wonderful is that? Now, what does joy stand for? That's what somebody's asking me. Kim, you're asking what does joy stand for? I'll tell you. Joy stands for generating ongoing youth. Generating ongoing youth. And youth, of course, stands for wisely orienting understanding towards helping. That's the genius of living in life, is learning how to be a helper. That's what hope does, helping others progress every day. You want to bring hope to the world? Help others progress every day. You want to be a winner? Winners help others. That's who. And how do you do that? Helping others win. That's how. So you want to be a who and a how and bring hope to the world. helping others progress every day. So become a joy generator, 55 seconds, once a day. And then share this with 5 people. 5. See, I can do 5, Anita. 5 people. Just 5, not 50, not 100. Don't have to run through the streets saying, everybody become a joy generator. 5 people. And those people turn 5 and 5 and 5. Be a joy generator. It's free. And I guarantee it works. Again, or double your money back. Now, the third strategy for reducing, mitigating, maybe even eliminating stress is, this is one of the best. And Kim, you held up the card. The Keep Smiling cards, you can now send electronically anywhere in the world, free, 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 free. So what I would urge everybody to do is follow. You go to barryshore.com/smile, or just go to barryshore.com and you'll see up in the tab, Keep Smiling. Press that button, find it. And now you go to the site that allows you, enables you, encourages you to send Keep Smiling cards to family, friends, and especially, by the way, people who are not your friends, people who you think you don't like, or people you don't like you. Yeah, build bridges, right? Isn't that what Happiness Summit is about? Not just, gee, I love everybody here, but you, I don't know. Inclusion, sending out. When you give, see, the word, the joy of living is summed up in one word. Giving, giving. You go to the joy of living, go to barryshore.com/smile or barryshore.com. You'll find the Keep Smiling tab. Now you can go there and you can send out 5 cards at a time, free. And you can do that multiple times. I urge everybody to do that on a Monday and on a Thursday. Why? Because Monday is Monday. What better time to send out Keep Smiling cards except on a Monday? And send them out on Thursday. Why Thursday? Because Thursday is almost Friday. Send out Keep Smiling cards. And there are, in addition to Keep Smiling cards, there are many other wonderful messages there. One of them reads, joy, happiness, peace, and love.
Okay, he's so happy.
I'm sorry? Oh, I hear somebody. Was that you, Anita? No. Okay. I'm going to continue. So go and send Keep Smiling cards to people. If everybody during this whole summit does this, we send 5 cards on Monday, 5 cards on Thursday, and tell all your friends, because remember, how much does it cost? Free, that's a 4-letter word. Free. Gift, that's a 4-letter word. Give, that's a 4-letter word. Love, that's a 4-letter word. Hope, that's a 4-letter word. And F you, everybody, capital N, capital N. We haven't made that card yet, but we will pretty soon. So these 3 strategies will enable you to reduce, mitigate, maybe even eliminate stress. And everybody in the world has some stress, don't they, Anita? It's what's happening around the world, but you don't have to do that because choice, not chance, determines your destiny. It's how you respond in any given situation that makes all the difference in the world. You are the one that makes the difference. In this entire summit, thank you to Anita for putting in your time, your effort, your love, your caring. It's so delicious. It's so wonderful. It's better than any meal you could ever eat. That we're gathered together, expressing our hope, our prayers, our love for one another, and participating. Because what we want to do is make sure that this energy never stops. See, there's nothing, no wall, no container can ever stop loving energy. It doesn't happen. It's not possible. It's by definition, energy continues. Matter is never destroyed. It always forms into another container. So when you put it out there, you learn to become a joy generator. When you learn to have conscious, loving breath. When you're sending out Keep Smiling cards, when you're doing changes the very definition of the planet. So you want it to be a great place for people to live and have hope and in harmony, then be the one who makes it happen. Be that channel of goodness, that child of God. Anita, I'm going to ask you, how many more minutes do I have?
About 14 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, I think we have some nice comments up here on the board. So to the people who are putting in their comments, F you, capital N, capital N. We are very happy, and we appreciate what you're doing very much. Again, anything you like here, Anita gets the credit. I get the cash, but she gets the credit. And we want you to experience what we're doing here and then bring it to others. Because really the key of living in joy daily is giving. That's the one word, giving. It's the most expressive thing you can ever do in life for yourself and for others. Let's go back to self-talk for the moment, because I found it to be of enormous benefit to me as a quadriplegic. Again, imagine being paralyzed. Matter of fact, let's do an experiment. Now, you can't do this for more than 8 seconds, because if you do, you'll go crazy. But tonight, when you lie down, just before you go to sleep, lay on your back, arms at your side, breathe conscious, loving breath, 1 or 2, and then say to your toes, wiggle, but they don't wiggle. Say to your feet, move, but they don't move. Tell your fingers to move, but they don't move. Tell your arms to move, but they don't move. Tell your body to move, but it doesn't move. And recognize that that's how you're going to be for years, maybe forever. Completely, totally paralyzed. But don't do it for more than 8 seconds, or you get a little crazy. When you're in that position, think of what is flowing through you mentally, spiritually, physically, and be calm with that. There's 2 wonderful words I'd like to share with everybody. Actually 3. Let's start with 1 though. It's an interesting word in a number of different religious experiences, and it's spelled A-T-O-N-E-M-E-N-T. It's usually pronounced atonement. Did you hear that? Atonement. Atone. Let's use the same letters, but let's put a different emphasis on a different syllable. You ready? Don't read it atonement. Read it at one ment. Woo-wee! Yeah! Right? At one ment. Now we're going to do the same thing on a higher level with this word, A-L-O-N-E. You're all thinking, A-L-O-N. Oh, what's that? It's pronounced alone. And when you say the word, it reverberates. You see, saying that word alone makes one feel alone, sometimes even lonely. And in our world today that has been challenged with a worldwide pandemic, and again, I urge you all to understand that it's a panic that is here, and corrosive thinking. Yes, there's a deadly disease, but it's so, the numbers are really much smaller than what gets pronounced all the time. So it's done to scare people. Don't live in fear. And don't read alone. Read it all one. When you can read that word all one, and recognizing that you are at one with all, there is no loneliness. You are not alone. This world is made for you, for you. What you want to do is reciprocate and say, yes, I embrace you. I love you. I am all one with the world, in thoughts, in words, and in deed. Get yourselves a piece of paper and a writing instrument, pen or pencil. I know some people actually don't use that anymore. I was speaking with somebody recently, Anita. She is 23, and I asked her if she'd be kind enough to write something down. She says, no, I can't. I'll do it on my phone. Digital native. I said, okay, fine. But I'm asking everybody to do this with pen and paper or pencil. I would like the word challenge, because I think it's a great word for today's environment, isn't it, Anita? challenge, Challenge. So let's take a look at the word challenge. What I'd like to challenge everybody with is to do the following. Please underline the first three letters of the word challenge. And of course, those three letters are, Anita?
C-H-A.
C-H-A. Now let's take a look at the last three letters of the word challenge. And these three letters are?
N-G-E.
N-G-E. And if you put the three letters in the beginning and the three letters at the end, they spell the word?
Change.
Change. So let's take a look. Everybody is involved with change at some level. There's a very famous idea that we have in business. It goes like this. Change is great. You go first. Nobody wants to change. Everybody wants to change, but nobody wants to change, right? So encased in the word challenge is the word change. But let's take a look at the three middle letters, L-L-E. And we're going to make three words out of that. And it's going to be let, love, embrace. Let, love, embrace change. Because when change happens, people sometimes respond like this, Anita. Ah! Oh my gosh, you know what's going on? Things are shifting on the election and this and school and change. It can overwhelm people to the point where people shrink and they don't want to, they literally, figuratively put the covers over their head, right? I mean, there's too much change going on. Please slow down. Another way is to let love embrace change. Certainly, you cannot put your arms around a speeding train hurtling down the track coming out with you. You'll be run over. However, what you can do potentially is to, remember we said in the beginning of the process, the 6 most important words you'll ever learn in your life are choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. I urge everybody, choose some part of what's happening in your life that is changing and choose to embrace it. Let love embrace that change as, by the way, as difficult as it may be. I'm talking about difficult. Your cousin committed suicide. You may have lost your job. You may lose the house. Divorce. The kids are going wild because there's no school. The country's in upheaval. I mean, stuff, real stuff. Down to the micro level of, well, our company is shifting and changing this and that and the rules, and find something that you can embrace, love it, choose to respond to it positively, purposely, powerfully, and in a pleasant way. Because when you're the one who's making the decision, choice, not chance, determines your destiny. When you make that choice, you are now in the driver's seat. I hesitate to use the word control because control has a harshness to it, doesn't it, Anita? What you want to do, let's say with kids, because that's the most, I think, the most challenging of all situations in life. Adult and children, for several reasons. Number one, because the adult knows that at one point he or she was a child. So you have the benefit of realizing that what the child is doing is so counterproductive that you wish you could shake that person and say, here, I'm going to show you the future. I'm the future, and I made that mistake. Please don't do that again. But you can't, because the child is going through a process and being challenged and changing situations all the time, and without perspective that an adult has. So an adult has the unique distinction of being adult, having been a child, and now trying to blend the two, and with the most, how should we say it, conscious, loving words, guide in such a way that the child doesn't even realize he or she is being guided.
Can you give me an example? Because I need help with that.
I'll give you an example, yes, from my own life. I am now 72 chronologically. I happen to, thank God I have a son, only one child. We tried for many years. He's 33. For a number of years, it was a struggle because I was not listening to what I'm about to tell you. And by definition, when I raised my voice, it caused the response that I didn't want. Even though intellectually I knew that by raising my voice it was going to cause that, I purposely had to train myself to speak in a lower register, in a more calm way, and a more loving way, with the following. Here's where it gets really important: with the end in mind. In other words, what is it I wanted to accomplish for the benefit of my son? Because I only care about loving him and enabling him to grow. Can I help him avoid pain that if he continued on that particular way he was going to encounter? Most likely not. I tried. I did not succeed. However, what I did realize, and it didn't happen until about 2 years after the several facts, is that he started now speaking with me, not to me, and using some of the language that I had planted as seeds with him. So how old is your son?
Almost 11.
Almost 11. How old? You have a daughter you mentioned to me. How
14.
old is your daughter?
14.
14. Let's be blunt. 14-year-old girls are approaching womanhood.
Oh, already, definitely.
11-year-old boys are approaching 7-year-old. Completely different worlds. And first of all, because of the natural makeup of the male versus female, not versus, the male aspect and the female aspect. One is much more mature than the other at certain ages. So that boys gravitate towards force and sound and, how should we say it, disruption. Girls tend towards process, trying to understand, and building. And they're different, divergent worlds. So the way you speak with your daughter may be very different than the way you speak with your son. And it may be, and this is just a personal discussion right now because we're talking about in the laboratory, it may be that your daughter can now become an ally with you vis-a-vis your son because she may have a better relationship with him than you do because you're the parent. And it may be that by planting seeds with her, which it may take a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, who knows, she may actually utilize some of your ideas, some of even your words, and speak with him when they're the two of them, even if they don't have respect for each other at the moment, but they know they're both brother and sister, and your mom.
They only get along with each other if they have something against their parents.
Right.
That's
I'm saying
the only time.
that when the common enemy is there, then they can understand. But the point is really about you continuing to plant seeds, knowing full well that those seeds take time to grow. And by the way, the same thing now we're talking about adults. What's an adult? Is an adult someone who's over 21 and therefore can drink and do crazy things? No. An adult may be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I've met people that are 80 that are not adults, right? The ability to let love embrace change, and by utilizing our words. One of the chapters in my book, The Joy of Living, 11 strategies for learning how to live in joy daily, no matter the circumstances. One of the strategies is understanding your words matter. What we say and how we say it makes all the difference in the world. A simple example. The word no. Oftentimes in a household, especially a household that's a little bit in disruption because of COVID right now, or even when we come out of COVID, but certainly with an about to be 11-year-old and a 14-year-old, the word no is oftentimes used. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
maybe more so than the word yes. So here's an interesting idea for the parents and maybe to pass on to the children. The word no is spelled N-O. Pretty easy, right? Most kids learn that fairly early on because they hear it so often. And no, in my humble opinion, has what we call a negative octave, right? That's usually the sign of it. I'd like you now, with your pencil and paper, pen and paper, this is for everybody, by the way, not just Anitha and not just Barry, this is for everybody. Please write down the two letters N-O, capital N and capital O. Make it as large as you want. N-O. Everybody in life has heard that. And it is the negative force. What I'd like to posit now is the following. Get ready for amazing, wonderful insight into change, loving, and letting love embrace it. I'd like you to put a W after the letter O. And tell me what word that spells.
Now.
Now. We'll talk about now and we'll talk about now in a little bit, not right now. I'd like you to put a K in front of the letter N. And tell me what word it spells.
No.
No, wait a minute, you just said no to me. Did you just say no? Yes, but the no you just said is a completely different no. Am I correct?
Definitely.
So one of the things we want to impart, and teach is a good word, but impart is a better word. I'll tell you why. I had a very dear friend. She was a mentor of mine for a number of years. She taught me this phrase: teach with everything you do. If necessary, use words. Teach with everything you do. If necessary, use words. Great idea, right? So this works with this word no. If you could begin training yourself, your daughter, your son, your husband, that every time we hear the word no, we're going to surround it with a W and a K. And the W stands for wisdom, and the K stands for kindness. Every time from now forward in life, Anitha, from this moment forward, whenever you hear the word no, you're going to surround it with wisdom and kindness. Because the only reason you would ever say no, let's say, to your son or your daughter or somebody else, and you're not doing it harshly. We want to remove the harshness. It's too easy to say no with a harshness. Am I correct? That does happen sometimes, but we're going to train ourselves to remove the harshness at least. But whenever we say the word no, it's a stop. Listen to me. Again, now a little softer. Stop. Please listen. But when we teach that the word no always, always is surrounded with wisdom and kindness, because that's really what you intend, is it not? In other words, if you're a child of yours says, I want to run in the street naked in front of traffic. Yeah, go ahead. That's a good idea. No. But your no is surrounded with wisdom and kindness, is it not?
Definitely.
So that's what we want to train ourselves. Our words matter. When we say the word no, from now forward, it's always with wisdom and kindness because it's given from heart and mind to be giving in direction. Now let's look at another part of this wonderful word. By the way, isn't this great, by the way? No? I mean, we just shifted everything that you thought about the word no. No, no, no. Know that your mother loves you. Know that the only thing I care about is your benefit. That's no. K-N-O-W, kindness and wisdom surrounding this. It's a package. Let's take a look at the last three letters of the word no. N-O-W, now. One of the most important ways to be effective in life, when you hear something, and again, this works exactly with what we just talked about, is to take action now. In other words, oh, that's a very good idea. I think I like that, Barry. Sure, I'll start that tomorrow. If you even think like that, you won't do it, and you'll miss the opportunity. When something comes into your hand that's valuable, you want to grasp it. You want to act upon it. Action is the key to success in life, and you want to do it now. Now is an acronym that stands for no other way. Do it now. No other way. Because when you do it now, you accomplish. When you accomplish something, you have a sense of accomplishment, your own self-worth, your own understanding of yourself increases. Not the other person's understanding of you, you. That's the most important self-worth that's there. So the word now, no other way, do it now. The most simple level, what's your daughter's name?
Ayana.
Ayana, thank you. I knew it, but I wanted you to say it so everybody should know. Ayana, please make sure you clean your room before you leave. Yeah, Mom, okay. And she's walking on the, no. Ayana, now. Oh, Mama. Ayana, now, please. Okay. And she does it. By taking that action and doing it now, you have to trust me in this, she'll feel better. If she begins to learn that one of the first things that she can do in the morning, every single morning, for now, rest of her life, you don't tell that, is to make her bed in some form or fashion. She'll make it better as she goes on. But first thing, get up, make your bed. You do it now, you've accomplished something. And the same thing for your son. If you could do that, he accomplished something right in the morning, right away, no other way. Now, once you do that and you learn to do things now, they'll start doing that more often with other things. They become action takers. Their own self-esteem and self-worth grows. Watch this. When you start doing things now, you own it. Same letters, N-O-W. We just rearranged them. Now you own it. When you own something, it's yours. You can internalize it, utilize it. Own stands for only with now. When you do something now and you own it, you become the better you. And that's all we care about. This whole process we're doing together, Anitha, this has very little to do with Barry Shore, very little to do with Anitha, although a huge bravo for organizing this and doing this and sending it out there to thousands and thousands of people around the planet. People are applauding you and loving it and learning because of you, Anitha. She did this on her own. Yes, she has a team, people that helped her, but it was her thoughts, her words, her deeds. She did it, and she did it now for our benefit. So we become the best you. This show is about you, not about me, not about Anitha. It's about you, right, Anitha?
Yep, definitely. So
when you do things now, no other way, you recognize it, you own it, only with now. And guess what? You've won. One is spelled W-O-N, same letters, with only now. When you live in the now, and you use the 6 words, choice, not chance, determines my destiny. You live in the world of no, but it's K-N-O-W. The no becomes surrounded with wisdom and kindness. In the beginning, I mentioned that there are 3 fundamentals in life. And when you live with these three fundamentals, you make the world a better place because you become the best you possible. The 3 fundamentals, again, are, number 1, life. Your life has purpose. When you lead a purpose-driven life, you can go mad. Now, in this case, MAD is a wonderful acronym that stands for make a difference. That's right. You live a purpose-driven life. You make a difference in the world. And the 3rd fundamental is to uncover and unlock the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms. Like we said in the beginning, WWW. What a wonderful world. Smile, seeing miracles in life every day. create. You want to create the kind of world you want to live in. Because my 8-year-old niece, as I mentioned in the beginning, she said, hey, Uncle Barry, can we spell smile, S-M-I-E-L? And I thought of it. I said, why not? Smile, smile sounds the same. And I asked her how come. She says, because then it would stand for seeing miracles in everyday life. Because that's the world she created. And that's what we want to do. Now, no other way. Own it, only with now. And then you've won with only now. And then you learn to hear the word no. And if you learn to use it and apply it in your life, every time you hear the word no from somebody, you say, oh, wow, that's great. Surrounded with wisdom and kindness, because it's only for your benefit. The world is designed for your benefit. There's a great idea in the world is some people call it paranoia. Ever hear the word paranoia? Well, paranoia is the fear that everyone's out to get you. Something's going wrong. Ah, that's paranoia. There's another term called pronoia. Pronoia means I believe the world is out for my benefit. I live in a world of goodness.
Is that a real word?
The entire world, because there's a great phrase that people in the religious community use, God is on your side. Wow. And remember, wow stands for words of wisdom or words of wonder. God is on your side. God made you. I don't care if you believe in God or not. It doesn't matter. He or she doesn't care what you think about that, because he or she is God, right? It's up to you to decide and understand and learn that life stands for living inspirationally for eternity. For eternity. So when you use words that are loving, caring, giving, positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, you're planting seeds that will blossom into magnificent plants that give off more seeds. Anita, ever walk past a tree, a fruit-bearing tree?
Yes.
Do you think of anyone right now? And ever walk past an apple tree?
I just picked oranges today for my tree.
You have oranges in your backyard? Ah! Okay, let's be blunt, everybody. You got to hear this. An orange tree came from a single seed. Am I correct, Anita?
I don't know.
Well, that particular, you bought that tree maybe already grown and such, yeah. But a single seed can produce an orange tree. Now, how many oranges did you harvest today?
I picked about 10.
10. Are there still more?
Oh, lots.
And will you have more after these are gone?
It's towards the end. It's starting to flower. That's why I have to get all of them out. But
okay, but will it blossom again next year?
Yes, definitely.
So just think about this. A single seed may produce in the course of this particular season 50, 60, 100 oranges. In other words, 100-fold. And then the tree, you don't have to do anything more. You don't have to plant another one. That same tree next year will give you another 100 oranges and another 100, another 100. Let's say it lasts only 10 years. Only. One seed produced 1,000 oranges. And every time you ate the orange, how did it taste?
Sweet and delicious.
Ooh, dripping with juice, right? And if you open up the orange, guess what's inside of the orange? More seeds, more tickets for growing more. That is what our words do. When we plant, every one of our words is like a seed, an orange tree that blossoms and produces. So when you plant seeds that are good, that are sweet, that are delicious. Did you see that smile on Anita's face as she was thinking about the orange? And I want to share one more item with you. The orange tree is made out of what? Not a trick question. What is the orange tree made out of? Wood?
Sunlight, water, and soil.
No, but that's how it grows.
Yeah.
But what is it? It's wood, right?
Yeah, okay.
A tree is wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not trying to trick you. A tree is wood. When you picked your orange, was it soft or hard?
In between.
Okay, but it's not as hard as wood. You can't.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
Imagine from a piece of wood, You have a desk in front of you that's made out of wood.
Yep.
That desk is not going to grow anything that's soft. How did that happen? That a piece of wood that is hard, that if you bite into it, it won't taste good and you hurt your teeth. It might break them. And yet what is produced from that is soft and juicy and nourishing, nutritious. Those are your words, Anita. Those are the words, everybody, we urge you to use. So one of the 11 strategies, just one of the 11 strategies in the book, The Joy of Living, How to Slay Stress and Be Happy. And the book is coming out May 11th, and Anita's going to be promoting it and such. And we'll talk about that, how you can get the book. That's one of the strategies. Your words matter. When you begin to think about what you say and how you say it, you're planting seeds for eternity, and every word that you plant will fall into earth and sprout at some point. You don't know, it may take a week, a month, a year, 10 years, but those words will grow in another person and produce more benefit in the world. That's who you are. You are literally a creator. You want to be a creator of good? That's what a cog is. A cog, people hear, oh, a cog, just a little piece in a big machine. But the machine can't run without your cog. Creator of good, a channel of goodness, a child of God. So our most fervent hope is that we are bringing hope to the world. Anita's doing this with the Happiness Project. Hope stands for helping others progress every day. Helping others progress every day, because the essence of the joy of living can be summed up in one word: giving. Giving. When you become a giver, when you live in service, then you become that channel through which everything happens in life that is good. We talk about something called the who, the how. The who stands for WHO, winners help others. You want to be a winner? Help others. That's what winners do. How? Help others win. When you help others succeed in life and win, then you become the catalyst that literally changes the world. Everybody says, well, what's going on in the world? Why can't things be better? It's like, if it's to be, it's up to me. It all begins with us. Before we close up, I'd like to, if I may, offer 3 simple, practical strategies, tips, and tools that are so easy to implement that can help everybody reduce, mitigate, maybe even eliminate stress. Would you like to hear how to do that? Okay, these are the 3 things. Number 1, ready? Breathe. Breathe. Well, come on, Barry Shaw. Of course I'm breathing. I'm watching. I'm listening to you right now. I'm alive. I can't be alive if I'm not breathing. Yes, but we're talking about deep breathing. What I really want to talk about is what's called diaphragmatic breathing, breathing into your diaphragm. The only difference is that most people can't spell it and they don't know where it is. So I talk about breathing into your tummy. So you want to learn to breathe in through your nose, deep into your tummy, and then let it out gently through your mouth. And we want to do this, what's called a conscious loving breath, CLB. You want to do 4 of those in a row. It takes somewhere between 28 and 33 seconds. That's it. And by doing that, you will reduce, mitigate, maybe even eliminate stress at that time in your life. And then it will extend for more time. And I urge you to do that twice a day. Twice a day, once before noon, once after noon, for 11 days in a row. And you'll see by the 12th day, you'll become consciously calm and aware. That's number 1. Number 2 is to become a joy generator. Yeah, a joy generator. Joy stands for generating ongoing youth. How do you become a joy generator? Best way to do it is to go to my website, which of course is www, which stands for what a wonderful world, .barryshore.com. I'm sure that Nathan's going to put it up there, BARRYSHORE.com, barryshore.com. You'll go to the website, go to the homepage, lots of free, useful things there. Scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see a video, 55 seconds to become a joy generator. And you'll learn how to generate joy for your family, your friends, and the whole world, all living beings. Who doesn't want to do that? Become a joy generator, right? That's number 2. And number 3, this one's really good. Remember, the joy of living is in one word, giving. And this is giving, keep smiling cards. Keep smiling. It's a card 2 inches by 4 inches physical in blue, and it reads keep smiling on the front, and it reads on the back the value of a smile. Now, during pandemic, and people are loath to take or accept things from other people, right? So what we do is we built the site to be able to enable people to send keep smiling cards electronically. So when you go to the site, www.barryshore.com, you go to the navigation bar at the top and it reads keep smiling. And you'll see, by the way, on the page, all these famous people holding a keep smiling card. You click on that keep smiling tab and it will take you to a place where you can now send keep smiling cards anywhere in the world for free, free, free. And we urge people, go and you can send 5 cards at a time. Just click, put in the person's name and email address, send 5 cards. And I urge people to do this on a Monday and a Thursday. Why Monday? Because it's Monday. Why Thursday? Because it's Thursday. It's coming up to the weekend. You do it twice a week. It will take you maybe 92 seconds each time. But what are you going to do? You're going to touch somebody anywhere in the world with a card that reads keep smiling, or a card that reads that I tell you today how much I appreciate you. A card that reads happy by choice. When you do this, what you're doing is you're building bridges. You're touching people. I urge you to send them to family, friends, and especially people who you think are not your friends, or people you don't even like, or you think people don't like you. That's the way to build the bridge of harmony. So Anita, with your permission, what we'll do, we'll close out now. And I'd like to do it with a big hug and a blessing. May I do that?
Yes.
Okay. So hug, first of all, stands for harmonizing unlimited giving. Harmonizing unlimited giving. Woo! So here we go. And then I'm going to do a blessing. On the count of 3, everybody, thousands of people around the world are going to do this. Harmonizing unlimited giving. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And the blessing. Go forth. Live exuberantly. Spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference.